Welcome to Alpha Candles. Go ahead and flip this to open. Come on in. So this is our retail store that also doubles as our production area. So we're going to go ahead and start back here in the production. So this is our main cooking room where we do most of our production. Underneath here is normally where we keep all of our jars. We're running a little low right now. Here is where we keep all of our different equipment. We have our pouring pitchers, our glass measuring cups, spoons for stirring, all of our thermometers because temperature is really important when you're doing candle production. We also like to use these plastic measuring cups for actually pouring the candles in wax melts. Down here we have our melters. You can see here how they work. We just fill this up with wax, plug it in and heat it, and then that wax melts down. And then from there we would put it into one of our pouring pitchers over here. After that, we would measure out some of our oil on the scale. We have a variety of fragrances from Candle Science, Nature's Garden, and a few other suppliers. We would measure out that oil and dump it into the pouring pitcher. After that, we would mix it with one of these spoons, check the thermometer until it's ready to be poured down into our glass jars. So this is where we do most of the cooking. Back here is kind of our shipping area and also where we just store some more items for decorations for the store back in that corner. Back here is where we store all of our dunnage and bubble wrap. That way all of our products are protected whenever we are shipping them out. Let's go here into our other overflow room. So this is our overflow room if we're ever cooking a really large batch, or sometimes we like to use this for our events, but it's just more space that we can lay out candle jars. We can fit about 64 jars on each of these tables. Some more storage underneath. This is where we keep all of our wax melts in here. And we just like to keep everything in its own area. That way everyone knows exactly where to go whenever they need something. We keep boxes for transporting candles. And then this is where we also keep all of our labels. We got this binder to help keep everything nice and organized. That way we can hold almost all the labels here in the binder. Some of them are on rolls or just we're working with them, so they're out right now. And then let's go into here, into the conference room. And this is where we'll meet sometimes or just sit while we're up here at the shop. But up here is where we store all of our finished products. We can kind of take you through and just show you all the different variety of candles that we offer. We've got a few scents that we carry year round, which would be Sugar Cookie, Ocean Breeze, Sandalwood, and Strawberry Cheesecake, and then some various seasonal products. You can even see all the way up top where we have every single product that we've ever carried. Some wholesale and private label offerings, as well as fundraising, custom scents that we've created, as well as all the various seasonal products that we've come up with for Christmas, Valentine's Day, spring, fall, etc. We like to carry anywhere from 2 to 4 different candles on a seasonal basis. And then we have our 4 key year-round scents. And we also change it up with our different private label offerings. Let's go ahead and show you the storefront area. So this is our storefront where people can actually come into our brick and mortar shop and purchase products. This is an example of one of our private label offerings. It's a butterscotch bourbon created for the brewery next door. And then over here we carry our seasonal. So right now we have pumpkin spice, caramel popcorn, caramel apple, and campfire marshmallow. We just like to have a few different options, and we went 4 for the fall because fall is our busy season, so we wanted to have a lot of different offerings. Over here, we have our products that we carry year-round, which is Sugar Cookie, Ocean Breeze, Sandalwood, and Strawberry Cheesecake, as well as some overflow. So sometimes there's some candles left over in between seasons, so we have some of our summer collection here as well. And then this is our clearance rack, where anything that is 2 seasons old will come over here. And we don't really have anything ever get past that, but we just put them down on clearance to help move them once they're a couple seasons out. And then we also have some merchandise, some different shirt options, and then some candle accessories. People like to use these sometimes. The wick trimmers and the other items just help to get the maximized value out of using your candle. And then this is a product that we made for all of our local collaborations. So we have a collab with our local coffee shop. Again, that butterscotch bourbon with the local brewery. And of course, a tour of Alpha Candles wouldn't be complete without us working with some candles. So one of our employees, Eli, is going to show you the tunneling process during candle creation. What's up, Eli?
How's it going?
All right. So we need to tunnel some candles that we made the other
We
day.
do. We need to get them
Let's go ahead
tunneled.
and show them how it's done.
So, the first step, obviously, is to get these little wick boats out of the way. All these do is just keep the wick straight, make sure the wick isn't off to the side whenever you're making your candle. And next, we're going to trim the wick. It's probably my favorite part, actually. It's really fun.
And we're using a wick trimmer, but if you don't have one of these, you could also just use scissors.
So, next, I kind of like to just go through them, see if there's any holes in any. So if there are, I like to use a chopstick. We used to use toothpicks, but it just wasn't as effective. The chopstick really gets a nice hole in there and makes sure all that air is out. That's really what this process is for. Make sure the candle is just full. And then you get the heat gun. Just go right over it. Essentially just melting the top until enough wax melts, it'll fill the hole.
And if you're using heat gun, make sure you do it on the low setting. If you go too high, then it could actually cause that wick to burn, and then it's no longer good.
Yeah, and it also just splatters the wax around.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a mess. So
Harder to clean.
just go on low and rotate it around, and as you can see, that hole is now filled. So usually it takes like 15-20 minutes. It'll cool, and then you can see if there's any holes left after. So,
And if there is, I'll just do that same process again, but Eli's going to repeat that for all 8 of these candles, and then the next step is going to be to label them. All right, what's the last step?
all right, so the last step is labeling the candle, getting it ready to sell. So first thing we like to do is usually just clean the jar. Sometimes you'll get wax kind of on the rim here, and you'll just clean that off with a paper towel. Clean the outside. And then I like to put the lids on, especially when you have a lot, and flip them over, because the first label that we're going to add is this warning label here, bottom of the wick. Flip that over, and then we add it's another warning label, but it also has our socials on it. It's a nice little thing to add on the back, and another thing to look at. So add that on as straight as you can, and then today we're doing a lemon pound cake is what this candle is. So make sure it's even with the back label, and there we go. And that would be a finished product ready to go on the shelf. So
Perfect. All right, everyone, hope you enjoyed this tour of Alpha Candles and learned something that you can implement in your own candle making journey. If you want to learn more, definitely check out our socials and go to shopalphacandles.com.